Hello everybody and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. Right, I went on to 1890 so that we could get the next upgrade to the train, which is the PLM 220. It's just there in the station. We've got 6 carriages on there. I decided to join those routes up, so it's now one main route which covers those, and I've still got 4 trains on there and they're doing fine. There's nobody really waiting at the stations that much. How many you got on board? You've got 63 on board, so they're making a reasonable amount of money. I redid that road junction a little bit because it was just a little bit bumpy. It wasn't neck breaking like the bumps were on the last one. Your head just suddenly rocked backwards as you go over a massive bump. It was only a little bump, but it was just here. There was a bit of a do, and then I had to fiddle about with it quite a lot to get it right. And in the end, I ended up swinging out a bit and then coming back in. I do think I might take it right back up to the bridge just to eliminate that little straight bit there and make that a little bit smoother. But that's just purely down to me being very, very picky about it. Yeah, so they're doing alright. I've upgraded this train. I've also gone back to a single track. I didn't see the point in paying maintenance on and having a double track when I've only got one train on there, and I don't see me getting to the stage of having 2 trains on there anytime soon either. This one's a PLM, but it's got 5 carriages on, so it can carry 55, but as you see it's only half full and there's only 31 people waiting there. Now then, there's a few things I want to get into today. Some things to do with comments that people have made. I've just had a few comments in now. Sully, hi Sully. Sully asked me what my impression was after the first few hours of playing with it, and also that my video was in 360p. When I upload videos to YouTube, for the first 5 or 10 minutes or so, sometimes maybe even 15 minutes or so, it will be in 360p. If you see a video just uploaded and you click on it and it's in 360, give it about 10 minutes and then try it again. It should be in 1080p. I'm going to make sure, keeping my eye on it, making sure all my videos are in 1080 now. Anyway, back to my impressions about the game. I'm loving it. I think it's great. To be honest with you, when I first opened up the game and I first started looking at it, I was like, well, okay, the graphics are nice, but you know, is it just the same game, just with a bit nicer graphics? But the more you get into this game and the more you start playing it, the more you realise that it's actually a lot more in depth than the last one. There's a lot more to think about, and you can have detrimental effects in the way that you plan things, and I already have, which we are going to go and have a look into very shortly, and it's to do with other comments that I've been getting as well. Yeah, gameplay wise it's excellent. Frame rate wise it's been excellent so far. I've not really had any really bad frame rate. The train rides are nice. I've been riding the trains around while I've been waiting for money to come in. I've actually paid the loan off completely, so I'm not paying any interest at the moment. Now, I've been losing money, but I have been spending money. I was having a look at the road and railroad. So yeah, actually we're making money. We've made nearly $1 million on that period, $500,000, 300k so far on this one. I was just going to say we're only in February, but I just realised the time stopped. We're staying on February the 3rd. Now, the railroad's not making any money, even with those trains on there, and I know why. The immediate why is that the maintenance on the vehicles is near enough what we're taking on the tickets. Add into that the maintenance on the tracks and the infrastructure, so your station buildings and your depots. Now, my stations and my depots are only costing me 166,000 and my tracks are only costing me 190,000, so that's not bad considering how much we've got. The running costs of the trains are quite expensive, obviously, and the road is the one that's making me the big profit. Like, I'm making over $1 million on the road. There was a comment from the Crete, I think it was, who mentioned if you upgrade a road you have to pay maintenance on it. Not entirely true. You do, but I've replaced all this road up here. I replaced the whole thing, and if you look at my finances there, I'm not paying any maintenance on roads. You do, however, start paying maintenance on roads when you come in here. Right, you see these lock buttons there? That can set to player owned. So I can own this road. Now the AI can't do anything with that road at all. And what's going to happen is I'm going to start to see, I'm going to start to pay maintenance. There we go. So now I'm paying maintenance for that section of road. I'm not paying maintenance anywhere else, I'm only paying for that section of road, and that's just because I've just told it that I own that section of road. Whether or not the AI still builds on it, I don't know. I presume it does, but I know it won't and can't upgrade that road or change it now. Now I'm going to set it back because I'm not bothered about the road being upgraded at the moment. I don't no reason for me to be paying for that. Later on, when we start getting traffic lights and things, that's when and I start putting highways in between the towns and stuff, that's when I'll start to have to pay maintenance, because I will be owning the roads at that stage. But so far, yeah, no, not to pay any maintenance. Paid 91 for that brief ownership of that road there. Now, the maintenance of the vehicles. This also brings me on to vehicle aging. Vehicles age not in years, but they age in time. So these vehicles here, let me go find a depot. Let's get rid of that a second. Right, so we've got the CanStats on here, and we've got the Obisants on, however you pronounce that. Right, so they will run for 6 hours and 5 minutes. That is their lifespan. The CanStats the same, 6 hours and 5 minutes. So whether you're running at 4 times speed, whether you're running at a quarter of speed, whether you're running at time frozen, it is still 6 hours and 5 minutes of real play, real time play. Look at all these people here. I've got 6 buses on this as well. We'll get into this in a minute. Yeah, stay on one thing at a time, please. I got distracted by people. What was I saying? Yeah, no matter how much time you're going on, the vehicles last a certain amount of real-time play. So every 6 hours and 5 minutes you need to upgrade your vehicles, or you need to start maintaining them. Now, maintaining vehicles, vehicle condition is very bad, right? So this vehicle's been running for 6 hours and 2 minutes. It's got a lifespan of 6 hours and 5 minutes. So in 2 minutes now and 10 seconds, 9, 8, we're going to get a warning. And the warning is going to be either replace the vehicle or maintain the vehicle. Now, you can increase your maintenance on your vehicles, which will improve their condition. As the condition worsens, they emit more emissions. What the calculations are on those emissions, I've actually heard a couple of different theories on it so far, but I've yet to see any actual sort of proper evidence of how much they do emit, other than on the overlay, which I'm going to show you in a minute. So you can increase the maintenance. Now, in order to increase the maintenance, you select the line, I think it is. Let's have a look at fuel run. No, it's vehicle manager. So you go in here and you can, is it this one? No, that's depot. One of these is maintenance. That's it, it's there. Right, so if we want to increase that, if we want to keep that vehicle on the road, we can increase it. So 25% extra cost or 50% extra cost. 25 will take you back to normal pretty much, and 50% will take it up to sort of good condition. The only thing is, let's have a look at the road. Now we're making 2 million a year on transportation, but it's costing us 1 million a year on maintenance, and if I was to increase all those by 50%, that would be 1.5 million a year, so it would cut the profit in half completely. Now I could theoretically leave those vehicles running, but we're only making 500,000 a year, whereas replacing the vehicles, we're making 1 million a year. So for me, it's still better to replace vehicles than it is to actually maintain them. Even at 25% profit, 25% extra cost, that's like another 250,000 a year. Now I can replace 10 vehicles for that, and it just seems like maintenance seems to me like kind of throwing money away, but it is handy if you haven't got the money to upgrade there and then. It does mean you can go and maintain certain vehicles as they get older. If you're going to go and do them one by one as the notifications come up though, that's going to be such a pain. That's going to be such a pain. Try to remember which ones you've done things. It would be better if there was some kind of indication here on maintenance. If we had another section with maintenance, sort of traffic lights, green, yellow and red or something. That way you had some kind of visual reference so that you could go and click and look for individual vehicles, and you'd be able to select all your buses and have a look which ones you're maintaining. Because at the moment it doesn't give me any kind of indication. If we was to see, this is very bad. Let's change the maintenance on that to 25%. See, now that I would like some kind of indication on here now that that vehicle is now 25%, because otherwise it means me having to go find it again later, and if I've done that with dozens of vehicles, then it's not going to be good. Now, running costs 6,589 a year, and look at the value as well. Drop in, drop in, drop in. It just drops, and it keeps dropping and dropping and dropping. So the longer you leave the vehicles on, the less value you've got, the more they're going to cost you. Hang on, 6,000. I didn't hit apply, did I? Right, there we go. 8,200. Maintenance high. I thought I set that. Oh, yeah, you got very high. So that'll sort of gradually go from bad to better. Well, like I said, I don't particularly want to do that because it's a lot of fiddling about. This system, it's taken me a little bit of getting used to. I use stone, fuel run. I need to replace quite a few here, right? Yeah, like I said, I could go and increase the maintenance. Or I could just go down to the vehicle manager. Let's have a look. We've got bricks, we've got food, we've got fuel, we've got the food run, we've got the goods transfer, we've got the stone line. See, the thing is now I can just go and click here and I can just go and replace all. Now that is going to cost me £4.5 million, but I have got the money. There we go. Now stop mithering me. Right, so I've just upgraded everything. It's going to be 1910 before we get any upgrades now anyway. Let's I think we can get the time going again. I only did that to save up some money. If I remember rightly, the Benz is in 1910 or 1915, round about there. I think that's the next truck coming, unless they've added any more. I know there's one or two more vehicles. Okay, so yeah, it was the Crete that said, he was asking me about the can't you just improve the performance on them by funding them a little bit more? You can, but financially I don't think it's very viable, because it costs you more in the long run than it does actually replacing the vehicles. You know, 6 hours is like 20 years in game time or something, at normal speed, I think. I don't know. I don't even know how it works out anymore. But yeah, by the time these need to be replaced again, we should have an upgrade coming. I am going to fast forward it a bit at some point. That's the point. If I run it at if you run it at 4 times speed, they still go 6 hours. Right. So now we've talked about that, what else was there? Let me just have a quick look at my comments on the other screen. There was somebody asking me about the frame rate. Yeah, no. Right, oh, that didn't make anything go weird. Right, the next thing I want to talk about, I want to look at, is something that's not very pretty. This bitty thing here. This is the emissions. Right. Emissions are not great. Now we're looking at an average. This is the average emissions. And it will tell you, it gives you emission mouse cursor, so it'll tell you the density of the emissions. So over here near the station we've got like 77, 78, up here in the 70s. I imagine this is going to get a lot higher as well. You can look at it in real time, and as you can see, it's the trains that are causing the most of the emissions, but we've got a lot of trucks travelling around up here as well, especially around Medlar. There's a lot of trucks moving, and you can see just how far the emissions reach from the trains. So it's noise and pollution. This is interesting, I like this. It's also quite worrying. Yeah, so look at the average again. So that is where all our routes are, obviously. Now then, the effect that it's having, I think Immingham is probably the most obvious one. Let's have a look at the town overlay. This one. Now, this around the town centre is the highest land value, because we've got the darkest, the most dense area. So we're probably on about 2 there, 2 to 3. It's got a new commercial building, that's a 1, maybe 2. These are like 2 to 3 maybe. As we come down here, the value of the land is it's less. I don't know whether this is density or value or a combination of both. I'm not sure what they've done here. I do see residential moving up here as well. But yeah, if we have a look at this area around here compared to this area here, so you've got, this is all residential. Now, these ones here are all big houses, and these ones here are not. These ones here are all little houses, and that's because of the emissions. So we've got a lot of traffic coming through the main part of town, and we've got the train here, so we've got density of emissions around here is very high. It's still it's high around here, but it's only high from the vehicles. which we can actually do something about. I've got so many passengers waiting at the bus stops, and I've put extra buses on these as well. We definitely need some better buses. Yeah, so around the station it's low value, low density housing, and also down here in Medlar as well, it's quite obvious as well. So we've got all low density, low value housing around here, and then the bigger residentials as you get into town. We've got commercial all over this side, we've got industrial all over that side, and the train station is on the side of the residential, so I'm going to move it. Hawley is fine. Now, all the residential is over this side of Hawley. Down here it's all industrial, and we've got commercial all over here. So the residential is in a decent amount of distance away, but they are getting a bit of traffic and pollution from the traffic because of the amount of trucks coming in and out. And they're coming through the residential zone. So I want to change that and get the pollution out of here altogether, and then this should grow quite well. This is already growing really well around this side of town, so that should push out that way and grow further around. So either, because we're bringing in bricks and food, I think I might bring them down to here and then distribute evenly between Immingham and Hawley, so that we don't have as much traffic going in and out of the town centre. The only traffic going in and out is the ones actually delivering the goods. Well, they obviously at the moment it's only the ones delivering the goods, but because it's such a long route, I've got a lot of vehicles on there, and they're not always running full. How are we doing for goods waiting? Goods transfers got quite a lot. I did put another stop in here somewhere, a good stop. There it is. And the reason being is because this was only pretty much covering the food and a little bit of brick down here, so I had to go and put in. I've just got one truck doing a trip round at the moment, but having looked at that, there's 6 waiting. Oh, he can carry 5 anyway. Yeah, he's just picking up bricks, so he's picking up 5 bricks at a time, coming round, dropping them off here. But yeah, this food route, this is also causing quite a lot of emissions, because the trucks are having to come all the way through town, and we've got all the brick trucks coming all the way into town here as well. So some replanning is very much needed. Let's get that loan paid down. Okay, let's get some of the loan paid down. We're probably going to go borrow it again in a minute. So having said that, what I want to do, I want to extend this train line out to Stevenage and to Tynemouth. That one's an easy one. That's quite a simple run. This one I want to get up to Stevenage, but before we do that, I think I'm going to move the train station to the other side of town, because this is all commercial and industrial over here. And I think if I do that, I think this side of town, we'll leave the bus station in. Might even move the bus station, I'm not sure. And then we'll run the buses across town, and we're going to move the industrial routes. So what I'm thinking with the industrial routes are, we can bring bricks and bread down to here, and then distribute it out to those two. That's nice and easy. That's just a little bit of replanning. We can alter the farm to food run so that it's running up along the coast. We'll get them out of the way of the town as well. Now, a farm will produce 200 crops, wheat, grain. A farm will produce 200 grain. It requires 200 grain to produce 100 loaves of bread or food. So one farm will only get it to end of level 1, and this farm will not upgrade. So in order to get this food production up, I need to attach it to some more farms. Ideally another 3. Now there's one up here, which is going to be quite a long route. There's one down here which is going to be even further. There's no more down that end. There are 3 however right here. And Skelmersdale, fortunately, requires food. Now, even though there is a food processing up here somewhere, where are you? There. There's one there with a couple of farms next to it. I might get them later on, but for now what I was thinking of doing actually is putting in the docks up here, shipping grain down, crops, grain. Is it crops and workers and resources? I can't remember. Shipping grain down, and then taking some food back up to Skelmersdale with it. Land hours are available. Hello. We will get back to that momentarily. Let me just get rid of that. Get rid of that. I don't want anything. Why have we got? Shouldn't have anything. There we go. Bus. Land hours can carry 6 and they're a little bit faster. I need to upgrade these because we've got that many people sitting in the standing at the train stations. I could do with sticking some bus stations. I mean, I think this one's empty. This one's fine, it's alright. It was Immingham that was really busy, and Ossett, I think. Where was my bus stop? There. Just look for a big crowd of people, there we go. Right, so they can carry 6 now. Yeah, I could do with getting a bit more. Could do with having a few more buses on here. But we're gonna. I need to alter things around a bit. Look at the land hours. Let's have a little drive on board, shall we? Why's everyone got the backs faced? Why are they all facing the other way around? That's very strange. You don't want to look at the camera. They're all facing the wrong way. That was bizarre. Okay, let's zoom in a bit. He's having a chat with the driver by the looks of it. The graphics are amazing. The graphics are great. I love it. I love the way it looks and feels. Even though I do have my reservations about the slight cartoony approach, but yeah, I can't help but love it. It does look amazing. It really, really does. You get some really good scenic shots. That reminds me, I've got the camera manager. I'm not looking at that right now though because it's very fiddly and very clunky. I will do once I've had a good play around with it and seen what difference. I hope it's not the same as the last time. It does feel pretty much the same as the last one. But I'm hoping they made some improvements. Mainly that it outputs video instead of individual files, because you used to do 5 minutes of flying around with a camera and you end up with God knows how many thousand individual frames that you had to go and then put all together and process into a video. It was a real pain. So yeah, we'll have a look at that at a later date. Right, so half an hour in, I haven't even touched anything. We've just been talking about things. I think we'll start with Medlar, because Medlar could do with a little bit of a boost. That's what I wanted to look at. Residents 174, target population 169. Medlar is contracting. Immingham on the main line, residents 397, target 411. Immingham's growing very slightly. Hawley 345, target 345. Hawley is stagnant. Ossett 215, target 195. Ossett is shrinking. Canvey Island is growing by 2 and Bradley Stoke is growing by 10. Bradley Stoke's alright at the moment. But they've got no vehicles going in there apart from a couple of buses running around. Yes, so we need to start thinking about these emissions and how we can have the towns growing. I don't want them contracting, even though it does make for probably a longer game. I'll have no passengers, and no passengers means no money coming in, and as the trains get more expensive I need more and more passengers on there in order to make it work. Now then, so what I'm thinking is we can have the train station over here, so Medlar with Wesham. Do I want a terminal? Do I want to have one like this? Now this only needs to be a single track because it is the end of the line. However, it's not going to be the end of the line completely, only for the passenger service. I'll explain what I mean by that in a minute. Let me just put the bus stop. That's straight there. Right. That's 3 platform lengths. That one's 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't need 4 on here, in fact. I'm going to take this end off. That only needs to be 3. Yes, right. We also need... What I'm going to do is I'm going to run a train from the oil refinery through here to the fuel refinery and then drop some fuel off on the way back and then go pick up oil again. It's going to be short. Should I do this with trucks? I need to get it out of the town centre, that's the main thing. I just want a couple of trucks running back and forward from somewhere over here. Right, so what are you thinking? Right, so I haven't thought this through properly. I just kind of knew roughly what I wanted to do. Now the trains are going to be on the left. Now I want this to be really high up there. That does mean we can sort of maybe pop a little bridge over that road though. What I'm thinking is if I have cargo platform here, this isn't going to need to be a really long train. Excuse me, sorry. I didn't have time to react apart from to flick my microphone out of the way then. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I do apologise. I'm getting a bit of a cold. Oh, so sorry about that. Right, cargo buildings is what we want. That one's too big. That one's too big. Stick it on the end. That means you can't get the train out. Oh, these are going to be fine. I know it's quite high up at that end, so we're going to need it down this end anyway, because I need to get a truck stop in. Well, I can put a truck stop over the other side of the road, but I do need some kind of cargo building connecting up. What's some of these little ones? Ah, now that one fits. There we go. I don't want him on the passenger. passenger buildings. Can we stick a... Yeah. Let's go back to cargo buildings. We could put one of these in. A couple of little storage areas next to them. Got one of them, haven't we? Let's have one of them. Oh, look at the state of this road. Got a bit of a cliff there. Can we do anything about that? I doubt it. No, not really. The only other thing I could do there would be to raise the road up so that it's level. I think I might do that. It's just I can't be dealing with that ugliness. I know, unnecessary bulldozing. Somebody did ask if shift was a thing anymore when you're bulldozing. No, roads only delete in sections. I'm not sure how it divides the sections, but even with shift pressed, it's still the same. It doesn't make any difference. But as I showed before, you can break the road sections up by delete it by adding a little bit of road and then deleting it. Let's just let's flatten this out. Maybe brush, please. I've also discovered some other keys. The page up and page down on the road no longer works, but it's now the comma and full stop, or comma and period. He says that. Why was that? Oh, it's because it's connecting, doing something weird there. Comma and full stop, or comma and period for our overseas friends over the pond. So yeah, those left and right sort of little arrows next to the keyboard, there you're up and down. Now then, I don't want up and down at the moment. What I want is a bit of nice straight road in front of this so it doesn't look as hideous. I don't mind a bit of a wiggle at this end. Oh come on, you're gonna make me bulldoze a bus station. There. I'm not really too worried about money at the moment. So I want a truck stop. I wouldn't mind some kind of little barrier at the end. I know we've got... I don't think I can put a fence on there though. No. I could put it there. Oh, if only he'd let me just... I wonder if shift works with it. Yes it does. Shift does work with the comma and full stop. Oh, if I could just have a little fence there, that'd be really nice, just to end the passenger platform. Do these count for more storage? I don't know. Are they just purely decorative? Probably. Do I like them? Yeah, absolutely. I think they look great. I like having this multifaceted station approach. This is quite interesting and good. Right, so I didn't need. I've done 4 there. I don't think I need it that long actually, to be honest with you. I might take it back one. So we can run 2 trains on there. Oh, don't bulldoze this station. Configure. So I'm going to take that back one there. I'm fairly certain that's going to be long enough now. We need a station up this end. It does seem like an awfully short route for a train. I hope it's going to make some money. I want one platform. No, I don't think it's 80 metres, is it? 80 metres would be 2. 120, that's it. I don't want to do 80 metres, that is far too short. This just seems too short as well. Never going to make money this. That's quite a lot higher up than the... Just put it in kind of like this way, but sink it down a little bit. Too far. Right, let's just set this road back a little bit. I know I've broken main connection. Get the train. Smooth out around the station a little bit at least. I have to flatten this bit here so I can get a bit of road in. There we go, that's connected up. Let's a bit of smoothing there. Let's connect this road back up so it stops moaning at me. There we go. And you should be within reach. Yep, you are. Lovely. Train tracks, please. Now, I'm going to send it out of that depot up there. I'm going to need to be able to do some kind of crossover. Just thinking about something. Can you... Oh, you can't do crossovers on tracks. You can if you had the tracks separately, you can, but then they're no longer part of the station. I thought you could maybe do some inside. That doesn't work. Train tracks, please. Just want to keep this bit on the flat because let's just get this as far as there because I want to be able to get over. Needle slips, yes. Right, because it's going to need to come in on that one. Now, then, are you going to give me a nice connection off the end of here? That looks alright. I don't even know if this needs to be double tracked or not, actually. I don't think it does to start with. Come to think of it, I'm just going to single track this for now. Let's get rid of this outer track. So I can always come back in and add that second platform, that second track later. Don't. It's going to come up from the oil well. I'm driving on the left. I wanted it to bypass this if I'm going to have more than one train on there, but I don't know if I need more than one train on there. I don't think so. It's not going to be a very long journey. As they're coming back here, we can just. It's going to be a case of stopping not long after we started. Right. So this wants to go out that way. going to have to come up in order to get a reasonably decent junction across that road. I need it to go out and around, get back up on there. Definitely testing it with these. Does that look? That looks pretty good. This bit might be a bit. This shouldn't be bumpy because it's on the flat. This doesn't need to be double tracked. Doesn't need to be double tracked. Use single track. Anyway. Right. Let's be nice and flat. Sort of go that way a little bit. Let's put this road back in because these trucks are a bit confused. There we go. Train just coming out of the station there. I need to wait till he's gone. I need to get him past that bit there. Come up to about there. There's plenty of room. Right, I'm going to bulldoze this. I'm going to pause this while I bulldoze this because I'm going to be happy. And neither's anybody waiting at the station. 21 people there, that's fine. I don't suppose you ought to do a tunnel, do you? No, that was too much to ask. Yeah, we're a bit close to this. Oh, way too close to that. I'm gonna have to come up a bit sooner. Bulldozer, please. I won't mind doing away with all of these rocks. I don't like them. I don't think they're necessary at all. Right, so I don't mind the slow bit at the end here, just as we're coming into the station approach. Need to give it more room heading around the outside of that refinery. Don't want to get too close to town. Let's try and see what this does. I know I've been saying don't do rail over road, but I just want to have a look. That seems to have done the trick. Although, does that look like it's kind of rising and then going back down again? Not sure. Right, so let's. I want this to be going faster. It does seem to be. Seem to be doing it properly. It's just sometimes I have seen it. I've done it myself. I've made a right mess going over the road. I made right bumps and stuff. I'm still not 100% certain about that. Can I push the train? Yeah. Go on, get up there. Left you smoke behind. It's better. A nice long run on there now. Probably a bit excessive bulldozing wise, but doesn't matter. I don't mind. Mind a bit of bulldozing action. Don't mind a bit of smoothing either. Keeps it nice and tidy. Okay, so we don't need any signals on that at all, I don't think. Now, Blue Line's not very happy. They can't get to Medlar and Wesham Station. They can't get to Medlar and Wesham Exchange. It is fine. Now then, last time I deleted a station I had a problem with it. Ah, wait, no. Last time I deleted a station I did it in the configure menu and I deleted it all bit by bit. I've just realised you can't actually bulldoze them. There we go. That's fine. There's a thing, it left a great big exclamation mark in the middle of the thing, a yellow one. It was about, I don't know, about 10 times the size of a house. And yeah, it wasn't very happy, it was rather confused about it. Okay, so we need a station up here, which means I need to get rid of that truck stop actually. It's in the way. I'm gonna come maybe a little bit further. Are we on? You're on passenger station there. Right, you've put a passenger station at the other end, haven't you? Right. Good station doesn't want to seem to hook up. Do I need extra things on it? Looks like it. Cargo buildings. Can't put anything on this end or this side. Put tracks. I don't want to put tracks on. Just get rid of that. Let's try this again. Is it just the angle? I think it's... yeah, because I'm seeing a connection there. Maybe if we just run a little bit of road out here. There we go. Just doesn't want to connect this side. Which is a little bit odd. Now then, let's do it as a crow flies and see what we get. Oh, that'd be lovely. On a whacking bridge. I want that little tunnel bridge there like that, that'd be nice. Let's take this road out a little bit. Right, let's take it back to there. Connect that up. Dip it down. Just dip it down one, let's see if that does it. Tracks I want. Oh, see now it's giving me... if I do that it's going to give me collision. I would like it just raised up. I don't want a great big bridge over there. Try a little bit of this. Have a dab of this. Have a dab on that side as well. Am I spending money excessively? Yes. Do I want to do it so it looked right? Yes, absolutely. I want it looking right. That's quite nice. I could do with it coming up maybe to about here. We got loads of money, don't worry about it. coming up on 1900 as well, so we'll get more budget then. Get the 30 million loan. Gonna be crucifying an interest rate. Oh, just this pillar here. Let's just no, smooth. This one's smooth. No, let's level your pillar. Smooth that out a little bit. We had a floating pillar. There we go, let's get rid of the pillar on this side was floating above the road. It's because it was on a little bit of a jaggy land. Now that is lovely. Let's get a bit of smoothing going on. Let's get the strength whacked up. You need different brushes down below. You've got a hard edge circle, you've got a hard edge square. This one I'm using is just a soft edge. So it gives you, when you're smoothing, it gives you a better smooth. Let's get rid of some of this ugliness. Now then, who's upset with me? Fuel Run's upset with me. Yes, that's because you deleted the stop. Haven't figured out the oil. That's a point. I was going to put a second track on this. Or do I just simply run the trucks up the road? They're only going to be making money one way, which is, well, they are anyway up this leg of the journey. But they were coming back from here. Now then, do I run the road up here and keep all the trucks on it? That'll provide more than enough oil anyway. How are we doing for... See, we're only at 36% transport, and doing this is going to ramp up the oil delivery speed. I'm just in two minds whether to do it with a train or whether to do it with a... I want a little train. I've decided. Do you know what we should do? Let's get the fuel run. How long have we been going for? An hour? Bigger vehicles, few lots. Get sold. I hope I did just only sell the fuel run. Right. Let's get this out of here. Excessive bulldozing? Absolutely. Oh, I've broken that road. I've spent all that time putting that bridge in, you never know, town might start growing around here. Especially if I was to open this side of the station up, which I probably will do once I get a second track on there, if I put a second track on there. I'll open up this side of the station and then they will have goods access. And I'll put maybe a level crossing here at the end of the platform. We could just sort of squeeze one in there. I'll do it once it's double tracked, and then we hopefully should get more industrial growth around this area then as well. And this is all commercial, I do believe. Yeah, these are all commercial. I'm hoping the commercial grows up around as well as the industrial. Now, in order to get the commercial growing, I do need to get goods. Right, let's have a look at getting another. Don't even need any platforms. Enough for get another track on there then. Right, are you come level to there? That way I can get a train on from the depot. channel. Are we going to go... No. I have plans for up there. Don't like, there's no connection on that side. That's a pain, that. Would like it there alongside the road. We'll have to get a little bit of road and pull it off. Come off this. Right, you stay flat. Right, you go there like that. Can't delete the end of the road bit. Get a bridge about here. Put that gap in the trees there. We've gone too far here. Bridge doesn't need to be high up either because we're not going to have any bolts this far down. I think we've gone a bit too far here. Maybe start coming up before the bridge, I think. Just we're a lot higher up on the other side, so let's do a flat bit just in case we have to just in case we end up double tracking. Right, then start coming up a bit. Bridge is too high up. I thought you didn't want a massive, great big bridge. I don't. I don't want this bit on this side either. Right, let's do this without the bridge, please. Bit too close to the water there. I've got an idea. Can do that and delete that. There we go, we're a bit further in now. Could be criticised for being a bit too picky about how things look, but for those of you that watch my channel, you know I like to faff around with things and decorate stuff and make things look reasonably nice. I'm going to put that road back in. What's complaining? Fuel run. There's nothing. We haven't got any vehicles on the fuel run anymore. Engine. Pop that across there. Oh, see that? Too long again. Let's swing this up. Right, let's get rid of that annoying flashing light. Line manager, fuel run, get rid of. So we need 2 new routes. So we need one from there to there. You're going to be oil supply. And one from here. Passenger station. Ah, it's not going to let me do it. Damn it. Hello. I thought I could just change it, adapt it. Right. That'll fit in, but we haven't got enough money. Borrow some money, please. Just take the 10 million. Need a few million for trains. There we go. Right, did I set up a line? Yes. I'm going to change oil supply to... Can I have that brown colour? No, I can't really see that. No? Something. What will I do? I want this one to be red so I can see it properly. I just want to make sure it's going to the right platform and that it works. Right, so add station, that's oil refinery. So we'll go from the oil refinery to the fuel refinery and then drop off at the exchange. Now that should work. So what we want to do here is we want to load refined oil. Here we want to unload refined oil and load fuel. Here we want to unload fuel. And we'll call this fuel supply. Redid the passenger line. That's looking fine. I'm just wondering what I need to do as well is I need to do the bus. Now bus Medlar at the moment is going from there to there, so presuming that's Main Street, yeah. Just have it running one side of town to the other. That hopefully should be more profitable. And it means the residential area can grow up around here a lot better. Right, what coverage have we got? Look at our industry. Right, so we're not covering that area, but we're only supplying fuel at the moment, so looks like we've pretty much got the whole coverage for the fuel. Like that bridge. Bet there's nothing going under it anymore. Right, let's get to the depot. I'm gonna have to send them out of this one. My only concern is how they're going to have to wait until that train hits that station before they can come out. Probably. What we got? Let's go with these. Yeah, because they're half the running cost. Doesn't need to be that long anyway. Let's go with one of them. Only got these diddy tank cars. Where's length? You're really going to give me 0.1 miles? How am I supposed to work that out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's go with 12. Want 2 of them. Just about got enough money for it. Right, let's get the game on play. Let's see if we can get these out of the station, out of the thing, you know. So we want oil supply going first, and then we want that one on fuel supply. Now he's going to sit there and wait for a free path. Yeah, waiting for a free path. Because this is single tracked. The only way I can do this, I don't really want to put any signals on here because we're going to end up with a train facing one another. I'm just wondering if he's going to come out as soon as he leaves the station, or whether he's going to have to wait till he gets all the way to the other end. Yeah, he's going to wait till he gets to the other end. Maybe temporarily put some signals on here, not one way. And we can at least get them out. Get them out and up here. Let's see. Oh, I've gone well over an hour. I did talk for a long time at the beginning of it, so we'll get more done on the next episode, definitely, I promise you. More reworking to do, there's a lot more reworking to do yet. Nah, he's doing the 31, that's fine. His other little friend should be right behind him. Here he comes. Now, we've got a 60 capacity, so at the moment that can produce 400, so if it does 6 trips a year, that will be 360. I do want to see what I should do. Pause. Are you waiting for free path? You should be waiting for free path. I'm going to stop him until these others come by. Here comes one, the other one's coming up here behind him. Stopped at the signal. I wonder if he'll set off when he gets past the station. Yeah, there he comes. I'll just test the theory out there. We should head out on that line. We should be having oil waiting over here. We've got full load. Now then, I'm a little concerned about that hill, but we should be getting better trains soon, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. I don't know, beginning of May, let's just see how long it takes him to get down there, fill up and get back again. In the meantime, has the other one arrived? He's there. Let me just get the train line back up and running. Get rid of you. I just want to bring him back up. So end of May, so build up, turn around. We're looking about 2.5 month turnaround. on standard speed. Now that run is a little bit longer by the looks of it. It should be getting more, gradually more and more, so that should sort of gradually fill up each time, get a bit more each time, hopefully. Right, so after all that, a bit of smoothing, pay a little bit of money back. Good job, I got 10 million. Replace, spent it all. Now then, now we've greatly reduced the emissions. Well, this side of town is still getting some slight overlap, but that's fine. It's not as bad as it was, because before it was coming straight into town, so seems this side of town is the cleanest. I'm hoping that the residential area starts spreading out this way, and that the industrial starts to occupy this area. I don't know with industrial down this end of town, but it's, you know, it's passengers. I can see people getting off. Like how they all come filing out of the station down these little paths. Quite a lot getting on the bus there. How many buses have we got on that? 2. Right. Where's the nearest depot? I bulldozed it, didn't I? There's one in Hawley there. In fact, we can do this from the actual line manager. Configure vehicles. Could have done it from here. If we select that and then hit clone, there we go. Another 2 with the routes already set up, and they will appear. Yeah. There they go. They come out of the nearest depot, which is pretty cool. I like that. I do wish things still would go back to depots, and you know, wait till you get to the station before you had to upgrade and stuff. But this instant upgrade, I'm a little not sure about it. Now they he took 20 fuel back with him this time. Wondering about setting these to wait till full now that it's only these using this stop. Fuel refinery, wait till full. There we go. And then they're not running empty then. We have got a bit of fuel coming in now. There we go, excellent. So we'll set straight off again, and then the next one should as well. That means just if they're waiting for the train to turn up, I don't mind them queuing there and waiting a little bit there. Right, I think that's enough for one episode. We've gone well over an hour. We've redone this area. We've got a couple of little trains running on there. Whether or not they're going to be profitable, we don't know. We can have a quick look now just to have a look. So oil supply is already making 289 grand, excellent. Fuel supply is losing a little bit of money at the moment, but that's because it's not running full. But it's just made there. Fuel offset is losing a bit of money. That's fine. Well, it's losing a lot of money. How many vehicles have got on there? 10, I think. I'll have a look at that again in a bit. Food Immingham's making an absolute killing. I need to go and rearrange all that though. The main line, up by 3 million in profit. Ooh, nice. Oh, Medlar gets an upgrade. or gets rearranged a little bit. I want to see what effect it has on this. It should have a positive effect on all this housing now. There we go. 143 residents, projected 162. I think that's by the end of the year. Residential numbers going up. That was going down, so moving the station over to that side has actually made us, and supplying a bit more fuel has actually made us growing a bit more. And we've got this double purpose station, which is cool. Passengers connected to a good station. I like it. Right, I'm going to call it the end of this episode. I think we've done enough for one. It's going to be a long one. Hope you enjoyed this one. Hope you're still watching. Give us a like down there if you did. And if you've got any questions, stick them in the comments section. I will certainly answer them in the comments. I will try and answer them on the video. I am going to record another episode today. It's Saturday today, so usually a day or two ahead I'm recording, so I don't always get to read the comments straight away. I've just seen that road upgrade. So I'm going to be recording another one, maybe two more episodes today, and tomorrow I will be recording one or two more episodes. I just want to have episodes ready for Monday, Tuesday, Monday especially, because as I said last time, I'm going into hospital to have an operation on my knee on Monday, so I won't be recording Monday, that's for certain. Tuesday maybe, see how I'm feeling, if I'm feeling up to it. So I want to get a couple of episodes just put to one side ready, just in case I'm too tired or in too much pain. We'll see. Hopefully they'll give me some drugs. Right, alright, thanks everybody again for watching. I'll be back soon with another one. I'll be back tomorrow. See you then. Bye.